Welcome back, everyone. This is part 7 on what if boboiboy was in My Hero Academia. I do not own boboiboy and My Hero Academia or any of the characters in this video. They belong to their own respected authors. Before we start the video, I have to mention something. I'm going to skip chapter 8 because in the chapter is a background chapter. It will explain what will happen in the story and some future spoilers, so I decided not to be included in this video because I do not want any spoilers in this series. If you want to know though, you can go down to the comments if you want to read it. Now you know I'm skipping chapter 8. Now let's start the video. Chapter 9. Bakugo, Todoroki, and Lightning ran as fast as they could. They never gave up as they continued challenging Midoriya. I'll be the winner. It was a fierce battle for the #1 spot. US Sport Festival, first year stage. Who could have predicted the developments at the beginning to this conclusion? President Mike announced. Right now, the first person back in the stadium is that man, Midoriya Izuku. Midoriya Izuku made a huge splash, President Mike announced as the audience went wild. This sports festival is a competition where they have to aim for the top, even if it means defeating their peers and classmates. Modern heroes depend heavily on their popularity, so they need to have that desire to be above all the others. At your core, you are a hero who wants to help others. That is why I chose you, but I thought that was also your weakness, All Might whispered to himself as he looked at Midoriya. I was worrying over absolutely nothing, sorry. But you should still try to stop from being such a crybaby, though. He grinned as he was delighted with Midoriya's achievement just now. Again, damn it, Bakugo cursed angrily. TCH, Todoroki clicked his tongue, annoyed by the fact he lost to Midoriya. Lightning reverted back to his original self. That was hard, boboiboy sighed as he breathed heavily. The change of elements just now had made him tired. I'd better save my energy if I want to proceed in the final round. Like it or not, I need to set a time limit for my elemental power after this, he thought. Inwardly in his mind, and this is why I don't like running. Man, I'm so tired. Water sighed lazily as his siblings' sweat drop. It's not like we forced you to run, they answered back at him. We were the one who were running just now. So why are you complaining, Earth Lightning? And Wine asked. Obviously, annoyed by his laziness. Gee, I'm tired from all the insanity you've been through during the qualifier. Besides, we literally share the somebody and your fatigue is starting to rub on me, Water answered them, and yawned. This guy, the original trio, gave him a threatening aura. And now they're finishing one after another. We'll make a list of the results later. President Mike said, Deku, you were amazing. You got first place. Uraraka commended him. Midoriya shielded himself with his arms as the zero-gravity quirk user was really near him. I still have a long way to go, he simply answered. I was just lucky. I just happened to be able to use something I thought I could use. What's amazing was my luck, he muttered. My real ability will be tested after this, Midoriya, Uraraka. The elemental user ran towards them. Congratulations on getting first place, Midoriya. Thank you, Midoriya smiled. You did great too, boboiboy. I mean, who knew you can catch up with us in a blink of an eye? I was really surprised, you know. Yeah, Uraraka commented. You were head-to-head with Bakugo and Todoroki also. But still, I lost to you, Midoriya, boboiboy replied. But no worries, I'll do my best in the next round, he smiled to them. The first game of the first year stage is finally over. Now, take a look at the results, Midnight announced as a big screen appeared behind her. The large screen displayed the winners' results from 1st to 45th. Mostly, the students from Class 1A and Class 1B filled the spots. Nonetheless, aside from hero courses, two students managed to climb theirself up as they proceed to the next round. The first year gasped as they saw the results. Whoa, I got third place. Boboiboy jumped as he saw the displayed results. Cheek, second place, Bakugo clicked his tongue. And what's worst is that I'm sharing third place with half and half bastard. He glared at Todoroki. Second, Todoroki was also annoyed with his results. The top 45 who made it through will be continuing in the next round. Midnight continued as the top 45 gathered. The real competition begins next. Give it your all. Now then, here is the second game. Cavalry battle, she continued as the big screen displayed the next battle outcome. A cavalry battle, Boboiboy questioned. So, we are fighting in teams then? It's not an individual event. So I wonder how it'll work. Asu wondered. Let me explain. The participants can form teams of two for people as they wish. It's essentially the same as a regular cavalry battle, but one thing that's different is Midnight smirked as she turned to the students. Based on the results of the last game, each person has been allocated a point value. A point-based system like the entrance exam. Sato commented, "Oh, this is going to be harsh." "That's easy to understand," Kaminari added. In other words, each team is worth different points depending on who's on the team. Uraraka turned to Ashido. "I see," she replied. "You guys don't hold back, even though I'm talking. How?" Midnight scolded at them. "Yes, that's right." And the points assigned go up by 5 starting from the bottom. So 42nd place gets 5 points, whereas 41st place gets 10 points. And the point value assigned to the first place is 10 million. Midoriya froze, totally shocked from the number of points that were appointed to him. 10.10 million. He gulped. He felt that he got a giant bullseye on his back for having the 10 million points. 10 million, huh? In other words, if you take down the first place player's team, you can stand at the top no matter what place you're in. The others turned to his direction as they gave Midoriya a menacing aura. Like a predator who found a delicious prey and was ready to hunt it down. Now Midoriya Izuku is a marked man because of the points assigned to him. Midoriya, Boboiboy couldn't help but worrying about the green-haired boy. That's right. It's survival of the fittest, with an incentive for those at the bottom to overthrow the top. Izuku Midoriya, who placed first in the qualifier, is worth 10 million points. Who placed first in the qualifier is worth 10 million points. Midnight explained as everyone was now looking at Midoriya, ready to steal the 10 million points he holds. Well, except for our elemental hero, of course. Each team is worth the total of its members' points, and the riders will wear a headband with that number on their foreheads. Teams will try to grab each other's headbands until time runs out, and try to keep as many points as possible. Stolen headbands must be worn from the neck up. Even if your headband gets stolen, or if your team falls, you're not out. That's tough, Boboiboy commented. I mean, you're guarding and attacking at the same time. Plus, enemy will strike upon you anytime. I wish Yaya, Ying, and Fang Sorry but no Gopal were here. They probably know what to do, Boboiboy sighed. You can freely use your quirk during battle. However, you'll get a red card for purposely hurting your enemy. Afterwards, you'll be out, Midnight reminded them. Damn, Bakugo growled. He's really going to kill his opponents, huh? Boboiboy's sweat dropped as he accidentally heard that. Now you have 15 minutes to build your teams. Start! A big screen emerged behind Midnight as it displayed the time countdown. Points don't really matter in my case. The people I want on my team are, Midoriya muttered. How will he find his teammates within 15 minutes time limit? Now the top 45 are busy looking for members to form a group. In fact, some have already completed their formation and were now organizing their tactics for use in the battle. Why Boboiboy felt he wanted to cry. Am I invincible or something? Being invisible is Stealthbot's power, not me. His presence was completely ignored by others as they just passed by him. He wanted to ask his classmates, however, all of their attention turned to Todoroki and Bakugo, the top students in their class. Is this how it feels to be unnoticed by others? Now, I understand how Fang felt when his so-called popular aura wasn't noticed by people. Suddenly, his mind came across the shadow manipulation user, whose goal is to become more popular than him. Well, the most famous person on Earth, maybe. Too bad he won't be famous like he wants it to be. Well, not until he throws that ridiculous purple mushroom helmet of his, though, Lightning replied, earning a smack from Earth. People's sense of style is a very sensitive subject. Lightning, Earth reminded him as he dragged him away. Someone's gonna get grounded, the trio troublemaker mocked Lightning while laughing aloud. As boboiboy continued crying silently, everyone was now gathering around the explosion quirk user. Bakugo stood still in silence, perhaps wondering why so many extras expect him to be in their team ... team up with me. Sato said as he approached Bakugo. What, Bakugo, team up with me? Ashido didn't want to lose her opportunity to team up with Bakugo. Don't you want to team up with me? Ayama pleaded as he was holding his stomach. Probably. He was suffering a stomach ache from using his laser navel for too long. I don't know what quirks you all have. What? Bakugo said bluntly. I can understand not knowing Class B's, but his classmates' sweat drop. He doesn't pay attention to what's around him at all. Huh? Sato commented shockingly. Hey, Todoroki already chose his team already. Kirishima approached Bakugo. Bakugo, team up with me. He asked because he felt that they got excellent compatibility. Weird hair, responded Bakugo straight away. I'm Kirishima, at least try to remember. Kirishima shouted at him, my hair's not that different from yours. He pointed at Bakugo's ash blonde hair. You're gonna be the rider, right? Then, who'll be a front horse that can take your blast? Kirishima tried to persuade him. Someone with guts and can't die easily, Bakugo simply replied with a poker face. Yeah, but with my hardening, I'll be a horse that'll never waver. Kirishima smirked at him. That sentence finally had caught Bakugo's attention. Oh, really knows what Kirishima was saying. Bakugo then gave an evil smile. The kind of smile that was ready to kill a human being. You're gonna get it right, the 10 million. Kirishima added as he succeeded in persuading Bakugo to team up with him. Shoji, Mineta called the tall dupli arms user. I wanted to team up with a girl, but it's no good, please, team up with me. Judging from his swollen face, Mineta probably got himself beaten again. I'm tiny, so I can't be a horse. But no one will be my horse if I'm the rider. I'm sorry, but... Shoji wanted to decline but was cut off by Mineta. With your huge body and tentacles, you could cover my whole body, can't you? Mineta pleaded for Shoji to consider the decision. That's a great idea, Mineta, Shoji said, finally agreed with Mineta. As expected, people are teaming up with their classmates. How? Since no one has a good grasp of what quirks those in the other classes have, I need to do something quick. But in my current situation, everyone's totally avoiding me. Midoriya paused, finally realizing that he was isolated from the others, even his classmates. It was a challenge for him to find teammates with the 10 million points in his hand. But wait, Midoriya turned and quickly ran as fast as he could. He needed him to be his teammate. When he finally saw the boy with the orange dinosaur hat and didn't hesitate to call his name boboiboy, Midoriya called the elemental user. Do you want to team up with me? Midoriya asked, hoping for boboiboy to agree with the idea. Of course, I will. I thought you never asked me. Boboiboy gladly accepted the offer from Midoriya. Upon hearing an alliance between Midoriya and boboiboy, Class 1A turned their attention towards those two. It seems like a significant threat appeared before their eyes. Midoriya got himself a wild card. They thought. You see, the whole reason to why they didn't ask boboiboy to team up with them was because of their desire to engage in a battle with the elemental user. to see the length of boboiboy's power with their own eyes. Especially Bakugo and Todoroki, who thinks that boboiboy is hiding something underneath his friendly persona. Besides, the name Captain Vicious has not entirely disappeared in their memory. Deku and Elemental Bastard A, finally worth something to destroy. Bakugo smirked. He was ready to blow them into oblivion. So Midoriya decided to team up with boboiboy. Todoroki turned to them. Of all people, why him? Todoroki questioned. It started to lift an unsettling feeling inside him. He was afraid that he would lose control of his team, collide with Team Midoriya. If he decided to use his fire element, then that would be troublesome. He sighed, finally turning away. Deku-kun, boboiboy-kun, let's be a team. The bubbly Uraraka approached them with a warm smile. Anyway, it's better to team up with people you get along with. She added. The two boys turned to her. Urarak, did it hurt? The two boys suddenly asked. Hurt? What do you mean by that? Uraraka questioned back as she didn't get what they meant. Did it hurt when you fell from heaven? The two boys replied as they felt touched that someone was willing to be in their team. Because you're an angel. They gave her a hard squeeze expression. Theft. Uraraka tried to hold her laughter. You guys can be a comedy duo if you wanted to. You know that. She was still laughing hard. I mean, it's best if we team up. That way we can communicate with each other smoothly. Now we need one more person on our team. But who? Boboiboy turned to the green-haired boy. Actually, I just thought of something. So, they marched towards Ida. Ida-kun, would you like to be on my team? Midoriya asked the four-eyed boy. I've expected this would happen, Midoriya-kun. Ida gave them a sad smile. But I am afraid that I have to refuse. He politely declined. The response from Ida had made the three of them very shocked. They didn't expect him to decline their offer. But why boboiboy was the first question. He really did hope that he would team up with Ida, as Ida had become a dear friend to him. Ida turned his gaze towards Midoriya. Ever since the entrance exam, I just keep losing to you. You're a wonderful friend, but I will never grow if I keep following you. Bakugo and Todoroki aren't the only ones who sees you as a rival. He started explaining. I see. Everyone is an enemy right now. I can't just play at being friends, Midoriya muttered. Ida's attention then shifted towards boboiboy. Getting to know you in these past few weeks was really enjoyable for me. You're courageous and doesn't hesitate to jump into battle to protect people. However, as someone who wants to be a pro hero in the near future, I also felt threatened by you. Ida gave him the I can't lose to you look. You came here at Yule with the suggestion of the principal, and your elemental quirk is very amazing in my perspective. Honestly, until now I still wonder how young people like you can handle 7 elements in one quirk. But I know for you to get here was not an easy road. Therefore, I also see you as a rival who needs to be defeated, Ida said as he turned from them. I will challenge you, he declared and walked away. Ida. Boboiboy shouted his name as Ida stopped his tracks. We may be rival today, opponents in fortune, but I hope our friendship will blossom from now on. Boboiboy gave a warm smile. Oh, by the way, get ready for an out-of-this-world match today. Because I'm going to give you my game in the next match. Better prepare yourself, Boboiboy declared. Though, I have set a time limit for the use of my elemental power so that I don't get tired quickly, he whispered to himself. I can go all out but still conserve my energy for the finals. Good job, me. He self-praised. I slowly smiled as he continued walking towards his team, Team Todoroki. Not being able to team up with Ito was a blow, but I still need one more person. The one who can fill that spot is... Midoriya looked around again, searching for a new teammate. When his eyes finally landed on someone, he quickly walked towards him. Yes, he needed him to be on his team. Midoriya placed his right hand on his shoulder. Meanwhile, almost everyone here has their eyes on Class A. Why is that? And like Tetsu said, Classa is full of themselves. It's strange, isn't it? The only difference between us and them is that they fought villains. A slick blonde-haired boy said to his group. What's worse that Class 1A became more famous with the presence of the elemental quirk user. He added and smirked. How about we teach them who we really are? The blonde-haired boy smirked. Time up. Now then, it's about time to get started. Midnight announced, now raise those battle cries. It's time for you AS Bloody Cavalry battle. Present Mike added as the crowd shouted with excitement, boboiboy, URARA-san, Tokoyami-kun. I'm counting on you, Midoriya shouted as he tied their team's headband. Yeah, they responded to him, excited for the upcoming match. With this team, I'm sure we can do this, Midoriya smiled as the cavalry battle was about to begin. Just now, yes, he needed him to be on his team. Midoriya placed his right hand on his shoulder. You, Tokoyami-kun, please be on my team. The Dark Shadow user turned back to the green-haired boy. Midoriya, he questioned. Boboiboy and Uraraka then followed Midoriya to where Tokoyami was standing. Double quotes Tokoyami. Please be on my team, Midoriya repeated again. He really hoped that Tokoyami accepts his offer. Boboiboy and Uraraka also helped him as they gave him a hoping expression. Please, Tokoyami. They were really desperate now. Tokoyami gave them a reassuring smile. I would be delighted to join your team. Mid or Boboiboy and Uraraka couldn't help but jumped happily as they now have their final member. Thank you. They thanked him. Tokoyami, you're also an angel who fall from the heaven. Boboiboy let out a happy tear. An angel, Tokoyami was a little bit surprised by that. Sorry, Boboiboy, but I only affiliated myself with darkness. He commented as he lets out a shining aura, pleased by his own comment. To Bright, Boboiboy replied as he covered his eyes. Also, no need to thank me because you're the one who chose me, Midoriya. We don't have much time. Make your choice. What's our battle strategy? Tokoyami turned to Midoriya. Choice, Boboiboy and Uraraka silently questioned. Here's what I have in mind. Midoriya turned to Boboiboy. Boboiboy, you'll be the right wing. You will play a huge role in attacks as well as counterattacks. Also, you're in charge of keeping the enemy away from us with your elemental powers. Sounds like a plan, Boboiboy agreed. Uraraka-san will be the left wing. You'll be supporting our movements and mobility with your zero-gravity quirk. With that, you'll be able to make us lighter, so that we would be able to maneuver easily, okay? Uraraka replied. Tokoyami-kun will be in the front. Lastly, he turned to Tokoyami. You'll be responsible to protect our blind spot with Dark Shadow. In any case, I want you to devote yourself to defense. Understood? Tokoyami simply answered. After that, they began discussing their strategies, finding a possible way to protect their points as well as move on to the next round. Now, let's do this. They turned to Midoriya and nodded. Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Present Mike began the countdown as everyone was ready for the second battle. Start. Midnight continued, signaling that it was the start of a bloody battle to get the 10 million points. As expected, everyone immediately goes after Team Midoriya. It's basically a battle for then 10 million points. Tetsu shouted, an attack without delay, huh? Tokoyami, their front pillar, remained calm even though the entire team were attacking them. The fate of the pursued, Boboiboy and Uraraka questioned yet again, as their gaze turned to him. Guys, let's run away, Midoriya commanded, but before they could run, their legs slowly sank into the softened ground. We're sinking. That attack had hindered their movements and mobility. You're not getting away that easily, Hananuki smirked as he succeeded to stop Midoriya's team from moving by using his softening quirk. It's no good. It can't get out. Uraraka tried to move. However, they were completely stuck. Not good. Boboiboy shouted when their enemies were not far from them. Elemental power, Boboiboy wind, whirling wind. Wind quickly used his wind force and lifted his team up from the softening quicksand with a strong push. The strong wind force also helps them to fly far away from their attacker, enabled them to run from the sticky situation. Ha ha ha, miss us. Wind stick his tongue out as they managed to run away. Nice thinking, boboiboy. Midoriya was in relief thanks to Wind, they flew. The others looked up, boboiboy. They yelled at Wind, Jiro-chan. Hagakure instructed the earphone user to attack them from below. Alright, she used her quirk and attacked Team Midoriya with her headphone jacks. However, the attack was quickly blocked by Dark Shadow. Tokoyami, she groaned with frustration when the bird-like shadow managed to prevent her attack. They hated to admit this, but with boboiboy and Tokoyami working together had made them a much harder target to steal the 10 million points. Good, Dark Shadow, keep watch over our blind spots. Tokoyami commanded Dark Shadow, earning a got it from his own quirk. That's so cool. Wind praised Dark Shadow, looking at Dark Shadow with amazement. Not as cool as you, boboiboy, Tokoyami replied. Your wind is so stable that it enabled us to fly this high without falling. As expected, both boboiboy and Tokoyami-kun are best with omnidirectional mid-range defense. I'm so glad they're my team. Midoriya really felt honored teaming up with them. We're landing. Hang on. Wind warned as he slowly reduced his wind force and managed to land them safely on the ground. Wind quickly reverted back to his original form, mentally noting that he needed to save a lot of energy today. However, their struggle was not over as their enemies pursued them again. Let's put some space between us for now. They quickly wanted to run away again. However, Uraraka's right foot was caught on one of Mineta's sticky balls. What? They were shocked by this. How did this get here? I'm stuck. Uraraka tried to break it off, but was in vain. They quickly dodged when Asui struck them with her long tongue. I didn't expect any less from you, Midoriya-chan. Asui's voice was heard. Where did that came from? Don't tell me they turned back as Shoji and his team were chasing after them. It was indeed Mineta and his sticky tricks. The one thing that shocked them was the fact that Mineta was concealed behind Shoji's dupli arms. His arms had covered his teammates from being seen by people. With their current formation that they perfectly made use of the overflowing difference in sizes, gave them a perfect tank and assault team. What the apaka is that even allowed? Boboiboy exclaimed horrifiedly. It is. Midnight quickly answered Boboiboy's question. Mineta and Asui began their assaults towards Team Midoriya as Mineta continuously throws his purple sticky balls. At the same time, Asui attacked them with her tongue. Boboiboy knew he had to act fast. Elemental power. Boboiboy water. He changed into his water element. Giant wave slam. Out of nowhere, a huge wave splashed the rival teams that were near them. This had forced them to back away as the huge wave splashed them afar. I sure wish I could use my ice power. I'll freeze all of them at once and stop this annoying chasing game, but... Water side, we must lay low. Ha, he muttered. No worries though, my wave is enough to drive them away. He slowly smirked as he saw the other team struggled after being hit by his giant wave. Plus, I'll get to drown them. Nice move, boboiboy. Uraraka smiled to the sluggish boy. So sleepy. Water yawned. Tell me when it's over. He said as he reverted back to his original self. Deku, don't get carried away. The living Bame, K. Bakugo chased after them using his explosion quirk. They gulped as the real Predator began to hunt them. Tokoyami acted fast as he used Dark Shadow to protect Midoriya from Bakugo. Bakugo's explosion hit Dark Shadow with a loud bang. Damn it, he growled. He was pulled back by Zero's tape immediately to prevent them from being knocked out if he falls to the ground. Nice catch, Kirishima said to Zero as Bakugo was now safe with his team. WHY, Bakugo roared ferociously, like a mad lion whose meat was stolen by a bunch of hyenas. Dude, we would be disqualified if you crashed to the ground, Kirishima sighed. Next time, Class O is too simple-minded. Monoma smirked as he managed to steal Bakugo's headband from behind him. Now, Team Bakugo was left with 0 points and was kicked to the bottom of the points pyramid. What did you say, bastard? Bakugo turned to them and glared. Give that back, I'll kill you, he threatened it, very Bakugo-like of him. Since Midnight said it was the first game, we assumed that they'd keep about 40 people for the next stage. For safe measure, we just made sure we stayed within that number as we ran while observing our rivals' quirks, battler traits, and personalities. There's no point in being obsessive over winning in the prelims, right? Monoma gave Bakugo an arrogant smile. The kind of smile that says, ha, serves you right. It was consensus, but a damn good idea, right? Monoma continued. It's better than going after a temporary top like a horse with a carrot waving in front of its face. Oh, while I'm at it, you're famous, aren't you? He snickered at the ash-blonde boy. Famous for the sludge incident, of course. Hey, how about you tell me about how it feels to be attacked by villains? I would surely love to hear it. He added some fuel to Bakugo's rage. Oh, a big mistake from Monoma because his silent trash talk had hit Bakugo's berserk button. Very hard, if I may add. Kirishima, he called the red-haired boy. Change of plans, he growled deeply. Kirishima turned back to their team's rider. He flinched as Bakugo was giving them a murderous aura. Before we get Deku, let's kill all these guys first. He was ready to murder Monoma now because this guy had climbed drastically into his killing list. Congratulations, Monoma-san, get ready to be killed by an explosion murderer. I think we will be attending a funeral after this. Uraraka gulped. Yeah, they agreed as Team Bakugo, and Team Monoma were now engaging in a heated fight. Anyway, let's run. Midoriya commanded. Our enemies are approaching us again. They proceeded to dodge the enemy's attacks as well as defending their points. Midoriya's strategies and excellent expertise in Perception Plus. Their teamwork were the reasons to why they managed to sail through. Until, I'll be taking that now, they faced Team Todoroki. A team that was well balanced in offense, defense, and mobility. We've been dodging the other team, but it seems that they still haven't given up. Hell. Tokoyami turned back as more teams were approaching them right now. We're gonna steal the points from those two teams with everything we've got. The other teams felt desperate right now because their own points were stolen, leaving them with no choice but to take away the 10 million points. Ida, forward. Yayorozu, prepare to guard us and conduct electricity. Team Todoroki didn't waste time and commenced their plan. Kaminari, I know what to do, Kaminari responded. His vines were pumping with adrenaline. Watch our surroundings. It's not just one group coming for us. Midoriya looked around carefully. Make sure you guard yourselves well. Kaminari advised, ready to unleash a vigorous electric assault. Kaminari is going to attack, boboiboy muttered. I have to get us out of Kaminari's range field, or else we might get toasted by him. Elemental power, boboiboy lightning. Boboiboy changed into his lightning form, indiscriminate shock. 1.3 million volts, lightning speed. Thanks to lightning, their squad was able to survive against Kaminari's lightning shock. Dark Shadow also defended them from the dangerous attack. Less than 6 minutes left. We can't back down now. Todoroki used his ice and froze the ground. His action had made the other teams unable to move as the legs were stuck on the ground. Sorry, but you'll have to bear it. In an instant, Todoroki's team took down the whole crowd. Midoriya muttered, not good, they're coming at us. This is starting to annoy me, Lightning growled. He was not used to running away in a battle, but considering that this is a team battle, then he had to let his ego down if he wants his team to win. Lightning, he was about to use his lightning speed again, but was stopped by Todoroki. You're not going to run again, that's right. His ice had stopped Lightning from moving. He even froze their surroundings so that he can seize the 10 million points all to himself. Okay, I have enough of this. Lightning glared at Todoroki. Elemental power, boboiboy fire, maximum heat. Without a second thought, he changed into his fire form. The ice that surrounded his team started to melt due to the fire, enable them to move freely again. The heat from fire was so intense that it also melted the ice that was trapping the other team. The other teams were free to move again, however, they were too scared as boboiboy was now using his fire element. They were afraid to be burnt alive by the boy, so they just stayed there, waiting for the right time to strike again. A student with a fire quirk, the current number to hero muttered. He was standing afar as he observed his beloved son's match. Come and play with me. Fire gave them a menacing smile. Do your best because I'm going to kill all of you. Todoroki flinched upon seeing boboiboy's fire element. His mind went black for a moment. Him, boboiboy, his teammates turned to him. They could help but to worrying if fire went to berserk mode. My job is to drive the enemy away. Then take this. Fireball attack. A condensed fireball concentrated at Fire's hand as he fired the fireballs towards Team Todoroki. However, he made sure that his fireballs don't purposely hit them. It was just a way for him to make sure that Todoroki's team couldn't come close to them. Finally, a brilliant plan from him. Hang on. Ida quickly used his quirk as he dodged the fireballs. That's hot, he huffed as a fireball nearly hit them. Boboiboy in fire mode is too dangerous, Kaminari shouted. He had a feeling there's a second Bakugo in front of him. Oh, there's more where that came from, Fire smirked, as rage began to take over his mind. Maximum fireball, he stopped when he heard someone whimpering. It was Dark Shadow, who became timid upon exposed to a near light source. Scary, Fire quickly took down his fireballs. I'm sorry, he apologized to Dark Shadow. Thank goodness he took Light's advice during his training, or else he might burn Team Todoroki alive. Scratch that, the worst that could happen is that the entire stadium will be burned. That's fine, boboiboy, Tokoyami replied. My quirk's offensive ability increases the darker it is. On the other hand, under sunlight it becomes possible to control, but its offense becomes below average. Tokoyami explained Dark Shadow's abilities. I'm against violence. Dark Shadow sniffed as he looked at Fire with a sad look. Sorry about that. Fire apologized again, reverting back to his initial self. I tend to lose control when I'm mad. Can you forgive me, Dark Shadow? The shadow bird slowly calmed down. Sure, the shadow quirk replied. Come on guys, we can do this, Midoriya encouraged his team. 1 minute is left to spare until the cavalry battle is finally over. They moved to the left to keep Todoroki from freezing them in a short distance without Ida being frozen first. He's been observing us, Todoroki muttered, that bastard. He clearly knew the vulnerability of my ice attack. Everyone, there's less than a minute left. I have a plan to steal the 10 million points. The class representative said as his teammates as they turned to him. Ida they questioned. Hang on tight, he was going to use his special move in order from the to steal the 10 million points. Make sure you get it, Todoroki-kun, torque over, Recipro burst. Ida unleashed his special move which enabled him to speed up for 10 seconds at a great pace. This remarkable leap was the downfall of Team Midoriya as they managed to snatch away the 10 million points in a blink of an eye. What? Midoriya was very surprised by the abrupt move. What the hapaka? Boboiboy was startled by the swift move just now. The crowd went wild. Another plot twist was served to them, but they were hungry for more. What? What happened? So fast, even Present Mike was surprised by this. Ida breathed heavily. Did we get it? However, there was no answer from his teammates. Probably they were still shocked by the incredible speed from Ida's special move. Heck, even Kaminari gave him the WTF face. Todoroki replied. What was that? He couldn't help but to question. By forcing the torque and rotations to increase, I created an explosive power. With the recoil, my engine stalls after a while, though. It's a secret move I hadn't told anyone in class yet. He turned to the green head. I told you, didn't I, Midoriya? That I'd challenge you. He gave him a satisfied smile. The tables had turned. Tokoyami gasped. Todoroki gets the 10 million points, leaving Midoriya with 0 points. Present Mike loudly announced, "What? Todoroki managed to get the 10 million points." After him, the other teams charged at Todoroki's team. "We have to take it back," Midoriya shouted desperately. "This is our only change, all right. We'll get it back, Deku-kun, we definitely will." Uraraka agreed as she moved forward. "You're right, Midoriya. We can't give up," Tokoyami added. "Everyone's desperate right now, Then, boboiboy muttered. "I'll have to do the best for my team, even though I'll have to expose my second-tier powers. Yes, boboiboy couldn't just let his team down. I know I want to stay low and not reveal my entire powers, but I must help my team. Hang on tight, guys," boboiboy advised his team as red lightning flashed around him. Elemental power, boboiboy thunderstorm. His attire changed into red and black with red neon lightning marks added to it. He wears his signature cap in a conventional style as his signature red lightning bolt insignia rests on the center of the cap. What the other froze at the sight of Thunderstorm, who made his unannounced debut. He has a secret move as well. Ida gasped. He couldn't believe this. "What the hell?" they shouted. "Midoriya, prepare to take back our points," Thunderstorm said in a cold and determined tone. "All right," Midoriya agreed as he activated his quirk. "This is the first time I tried to use this quirk on a person, but it's okay. I'm not going to hit him." Thunderstorm sprint. He sprinted full speed ahead. The others froze as Team Midoriya accelerated with great speed. As his team passed by the others, Thunderstorm smirked. He simply couldn't let his chance slip by, doesn't he? Midoriya let his quirk flow through his right arm as his team was a step ahead from Todoroki's team. Certainly, with Thunderstorm's speed, they managed to counterattack in a second. Todoroki, who was startled, unconsciously used his left side. Fire began to cover his left arm as he defended against Midoriya's attack. "First, I'll use my quirk to cut off air and break down the opponent's defense." This attack managed to break Todoroki's defense, my left. "Why am I?" Todoroki slowly turned to his left side, finally realizing what had his actions. "It hurts, but it's not broken." He turned them inside out to hide the point values, but he took the 10 million points last and put it on. "So, it must be the one on top." With a quick move, Midoriya snatched the top headband around Todoroki's neck. This one, however, he was wrong. It wasn't. 150 points. Midoriya looked at the headband with horror. "They got us. Just in case, we changed the position of the headbands." "You were naive," Midoriya said. "Yeah, you returned to the one for all user." "Todoroki, get a hold of yourself." Ida reprimanded Todoroki, who was still shocked from using his left side. "That was close, okay," Todoroki slowly replied, still holding his left hand. Oh no, Team Midoriya didn't retrieve the 10 million points. Time's just about up. Start the countdown. Time was beginning to run out as the countdown was now starting. Neither of them refused to give up as they still fight for the 10 million points. "We can't give up." Midoriya began assaulting Todoroki again. He was really desperate right now. Half and half bastard. "Give me the damn 10 million points." Bakugo flew as he charged towards his team. "They are coming again." This time Todoroki acted fast as he was ready to use his ice quirk to defend the 10 million points. It was a heated battle between them until, time up, President Mike announced, meaning that the cavalry battle was now over. "That's the end of the second round, the cavalry battle," he continued as the crowd applauded. "Now let's take a look at the four teams right away. In first place, Team Todoroki. Even though we won, it felt like we were skating on thin ice. Yayorozu's side, that's true. Our opponents were really difficult to handle. Ida turned to Midoriya and Thunderstorm. I'm sorry guys, I let you down. Midoriya lowered his face. He didn't dare to look at his friends for failing to defend their point. Don't worry, Deku-kun, we did our best though. Uraraka attempted to cheer him up. It seems like it wasn't our luck to steal the 10 million points back. Tokoyami added, Thunderstorm was the only one who didn't respond to him. Whatever, he muttered, second place. The team who managed to make a huge comeback from 0 points is Team Midoriya. Present Mike announced the second place winner. What? How did? Midoriya couldn't believe his ear. Todoroki was clearly shaken by your first attack. I had hoped to get the 10 million points. But things don't always go as you wish. Tokoyami surely gave Midoriya a huge surprise as the green head began tearing up. Even so, I got one. He revealed the headband that he managed to steal away from Todoroki using Dark Shadow. I took the one on his head where his guard was the weakest. Midoriya, this was thanks to you created with your last spurt. But their points were only 615 points. How did we manage to get second place with that? Midoriya turned to Thunderstorm. Thunderstorm gave them a cold look and showed 3 headbands he managed to get from the other teams. I snatched these headbands when we passed by the other teams. Well, I couldn't just let my change slip by, you know. He smirked triumphantly as if he managed to steal candy from a baby. Besides, my Thunderstorm sprint wasn't just an ordinary speed movement. It's a move that can maneuver to other places with great speed without anyone noticing it. Perfect to steal the headbands from others. Thunderstorm muttered as he reverted back to his original self. In his hand were Kendo's, Rin's the exchange student from China in Class 1B, and Hagakure's headbands. We managed to get 1480 points. Perfect for second place, don't you think? Boboiboy sent him a soft grin. Awesome. Terbik. He didn't forget to give the green head a thumbs up. Midoriya cried loudly. He couldn't believe this. His team managed to get second place thanks to Tokoyami and Boboiboy. Thank goodness he tried to wipe his tears away. He was so lucky that he could team up with such amazing people. Todoroki silently glanced at the crying Midoriya. He then turned to his left arm. I won't use this to attack. I can't. At this rate, I'll be doing what my old man wants. Moving on, third place goes to Team Bakugo. Damn it, how did we lose to Half and Half, the nerd, and Elemental Bastard? Bakugo roared angrily, pissed by the fact that he lost to Todoroki, Midoriya, and Boboiboy. Now Bakugo. Kirishima tried to calm him down. Third place isn't that bad, Bakugo, Sierra added as he felt relieved that their team were qualified in the next round. Yeah, cheer up, Bakugo. Ashita smiled at him, feeling excited about the final battle. Shut up, extras, Bakugo shouted at them, but they just covered their ears and braced for the worst. Lastly, in fourth place, Tetsu. Present Mike paused. What, it's Team Shinso? When did you come from behind? Thanks for the hard work, Shinso smirked, leaving his confused teammates. Finally, a perfect platform to show my babies to the world. Hatsune shouted, proud at herself when she managed to proceed in the next round. She was a part of Shinso's team. However, she also the only one who were conscious during the battle. I wonder why. What happened? Ojiro questioned in confuse. He was searching for a team, and suddenly he was qualified to the next round. This Shinso guy is really someone to look out for. Seriously, what happened? Team Tetsu was now surrounded by a gloomy aura. Before I knew it, we had 0 points. And what's worst is that it was over. I can't accept this. Hananuki and Away shouted, frustrated by the fact that they lost unconsciously. Could it be punishment for taking the small ones she meant Mineta points in such an indecent way? Shiozaki replied, the crowds gave the winning team a loud cheer. There you have it, folks. These 4 teams will advance to the final round. End of chapter 9. Link down to the comments. If you want to read the rest of the story, I hope you all enjoy. Goodbye.